Well, good morning and welcome in. Welcome indeed. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley, and we are back. That's right, we took a little time off for the summer, like teachers do, but school is back, and so are we. So it's good to have you. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Our show, Eye on the Valley, you remember us, Our show, Eye on the Valley, is brought to you by SCVI and iLead Schools. We are a network of charter schools with campuses in Castaic, Agua Dulce, Lancaster. We've also got a fully accredited online school and a burgeoning home study program called iLead Exploration. You know what? Just visit us at iLeadschools.org for more information on any of our schools. No matter where you're at, no matter what your child's learning style is, we've got an educational format that will meet their needs. So again, check us out at iLeadschools.org. So yeah, we keep our eye on education here in Santa Clarita and across the nation. But as the show says, we also keep our eye on the Valley as well, bringing you everything that you need to know about what's what here in the Valley. And we try to do it all while putting a little smile on your face. So yeah, we are glad you're here. How's your summer been? I enjoyed some time. Relaxed, got some work done. How about you? It's been warm. It's been a bit muggy outside. I don't mind the heat. When it gets up, into the triple digits, I really don't mind. It's when it gets humid that I get really miserable. And I'm looking at this. Can this be right? We've got a hurricane heading our way. This is Southern California, and we've got a hurricane that's heading in this weekend. It says that Hurricane Hillary is coming up from Baja and should be hitting the LA area late this weekend or maybe Monday. What in the world is going on? It just ain't right. I don't know. So get your bumper chutes out and get ready for it. Apparently we're going to be hit with a heavy dose of rain here in the next couple of days. But today, everything is great. You are in for a wonderful show. We start the show off with Clarence Clemens. He is a community manager with Williams Homes. He'll be talking all about the Williams Ranch development here in town. They're building some beautiful homes just up the road. We're also going to speak with Justin Wallace, the Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement at College of the Canyons. And then in hour number 2, we've got Amanda Fischer. Amanda is CEO of iLead California, and they just kicked off the school year earlier this week. So we'll see how things are going so far. And yeah, even though he's no longer a staple here in the Valley that he once was, Big T is back. He's back with us, and he'll be joining us at the end of the show like he does with fun and trivia. So yeah, got a great show for you. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Like I said, my first guest today is a community manager with Williams Homes. Clarence Clemens has been making new home dreams come true in Southern California for nearly 30 years. He's been with Williams Homes, the premier builder in our region, since 2013, where he and his team are developing the beautiful Williams Ranch neighborhood. Gorgeous ranch-style homes situated in a brilliantly planned community. Clarence, welcome to Eye on the Valley. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Matt. Thank you.
It was so good to have you. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about the company first. How long has Williams Homes been in business, and where are some of the previous developments they've built?
Williams Homes started in 1996. It's a private-owned company started by Lance and Sadie Williams. They both have an extensive background in home building, and they came together and started Williams Homes in 1996. They're actually Santa Clarita Valley locals, so they're kind of like hometown builders.
Oh, great.
We built several communities in the area. Some of the homes that we built in Santa Clarita Valley, we did Oak Ridge, which is the Southern Oaks and Stevenson Ranch. We did the Trestles community. We did Phantom Trail and Saugus. And then we've also done the farm in Ventura.
Yeah, definitely. So didn't realize they were a local company. That's good to hear. So you are community manager. What is your role as community manager?
Community manager is a licensed real estate agent. We like to consider ourselves mostly like your personal concierge. Okay. We're there to greet you when you first come into the community. We find out what's important to you, what you're looking for in a new home. We help facilitate finding you that perfect home for you. We take you through the whole process of getting you pre-approved. We do the purchase agreement for you. We set the design center appointments for you so you can personalize your home. We set your walkthroughs. And the most important part, we're there to give you your keys once you close escrow.
Wow, fantastic! So you're the person I meet when I come through the doors, and you kind of handle me the entire way with that white glove treatment, huh?
Yes. We actually have 4 community managers, and we all take excellent care of our clients.
Okay, fantastic. You and I met a couple months back, and I know just by talking to you how the type of service folks are going to get when they head up there to Williams Ranch. So why don't you tell us where Williams Ranch is located? I was surprised at how much space there is there.
Right. Williams Ranch is located at 28801 Hasley Canyon Road in Castaic. We're actually building 497 homes over 430 acres. So it's a beautiful site. Our average lot size is about 11,000 square feet, and we're building 15 different floor plans. And, of course, we've modeled and furnished all 15 of them.
Wow. Okay. And so it's in Castaic, but it's, you guys, the reason we met, you guys are just up the road from our founding school, SCDI, and every time I say that we're in Castaic, I tell people, yeah, we're in Castaic, but it is not far away. Y'all are just like right off of Newhall Ranch Road there, right?
We are right on the border of Lynch. You can't get any closer.
Right.
So we're right at the dividing line.
Yeah, so it's, and it's really convenient too, right? Because, like I said, you're kind of at that intersection of the 5 freeway and the 126. So it's, just literally a couple seconds, and you're on the freeway heading south into L.A. or heading out toward the beach on the 126. Is that convenience attracting a lot of new buyers to Williams Ranch?
That is one of the things that really attracts the buyers. They feel like they're out of the city, but the close proximity to both the 5 and the 126, I mean, they have easy access to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my place is up in Saugus, and I'm kind of actually pretty deep into Bouquet Canyon, and that's kind of the toughest thing for me when I'm driving. I'm really grateful that I'm able to work locally, because to get to the freeway is a good 15, 20 minutes sometimes with traffic, and so I'm sure it's really nice just being right there.
It really makes a big difference.
Okay, so you mentioned that, the large, what did you say, 11,000 square foot lots these homes are on. These are ranch-style homes. Kind of a departure from what seems to be the trend lately. I've been seeing a lot of homes going in here in the valley that are these big, beautiful homes, but they're on a lot that's like 4 square feet larger than the house itself. And I worry, that families don't even have room for a little Chihuahua or anything like that. So why was it important to Williams to provide these spacious lots when, let's face it, you could have squeezed in quite a bit more homes to sell, but you went with the larger lots? Why was that something that was a priority?
Well, as I mentioned before, they're local from the Santa Clarita Valley, so they really do listen to their customers. And what we've done in this particular community is we've built 15 different floor plans, but out of the 15 different floor plans, 7 of them are single stories. So we have a nice selection of both single-story homes and 2-story homes. And what they did, they tried to give the customer's needs. They try to meet the customer's needs and give them something that they've been asking for. We've had a lot of people asking for, larger single-story homes, and they wanted space in between the homes. They didn't want to feel like they're right on top of their neighbor. They didn't want to have any issues with parking spaces. So it's more of your traditional neighborhood from back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got, I'm here in Newhall right now, and there's a neighborhood just around the corner here that has those larger lots, ranch-style homes, and I've got a few friends that live up there, and they absolutely love it. So it's kind of getting back to those larger spaces. Now, I'm assuming there's going to be room for, with an 11,000 square foot lot, there's going to be room for quite a bit, room for families to put in pools and park RVs and things like that.
Well, one of the nice things about Williams Ranch is that we've designed our homes where you not only have 2-car garages, 3-car garages, 4-car garages, but some of our garages even have an RV garage.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually park an RV in your garage. So, yes, we do have pool-sized lots. We have several of the homeowners that have already closed escrow that start putting in their pools. Wow. And it's just turning out to be a really, really great community. Okay,
so you say you've got buyers that are already starting to move in. So this is something that's really moving along. You've got folks purchasing homes, moving in, and So what's kind of the timeline as you guys continue to develop Williams Ranch?
Well, it's going to be about a 4-year community overall. We grand opened with models of September of last year, so we're getting ready to come up on our 1-year anniversary.
All right.
Since that time, we've sold about 130 homes. We've closed about 86 homes. So we do have homeowners that are living in the houses now. We do have homes that are available for quick move-ins now, and we have other homes that are still being built. So we're going to be building over the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so you've still got some inventory available? Still got...
Yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you mentioned, I think you've got, 4 different phases planned over the next couple of years. You said you've got a total of 15 separate models. I know they have to be seen, and I actually drove around. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to meeting with you and taking a look at some of the homes. But can you describe some of the floor plans a little bit? What's the typical kind of size home and layout? What are we talking about?
Well, we actually have 4 different product lines. We've broken up the 15 homes into 4 different product lines. So we have more of a first-time buyer home, which are 4 single-story homes. Then we have the move-up buyer, and then we have our larger luxury homes. So our square footages range from about 1,736 square feet. We go all the way up to over 4,500 square feet.
Oh, wow.
And some of the unique features that we have in our floor plans is we have a couple of the floor plans that are designed for multi-gen, which is designed for 2 different households living under one roof, where they have their own separate entrances, separate living areas.
Okay.
And then we also offer ADUs, which are like a 1-bedroom apartment on top of the garage.
Oh.
So we have a lot of different features here at Williams Ranch that you won't find at other communities.
Oh, that is great. So you've kind of got something for everybody, like you said, the new time buyer, all the way up to folks that are looking for a much larger home to really step up into. That is beautiful. Clarence, I'm really looking forward to coming up and seeing you. I'm talking to Clarence Clemens this morning, community manager at the Williams Ranch Development with Williams Homes. They've got a home of your dreams. You got to go see them. We'll talk more with Clarence right after this. I am Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.
You don't have to choose between productivity, your health, and your family anymore. There's a natural choice for relief, free from drug side effects, and that can save you time and money. Hi, it's Santa Clarita chiropractor Dr. Thomas Pilecki from the Senior Hour, and I'd love to help you get the relief you need to take care of business and your family. So I created the Better Than Money Back Guaranteed consultation for just $79. Call 753-9340 to book your Better Than Money Back Guaranteed consultation now.
Imagine completing a remodeling project without any stress. Impossible, you say. You haven't experienced the Veritas Building Company. More Santa Clarita homeowners have discovered the ease and joy of working with the Veritas team. Veritas does it all. Kitchen and bathroom remodeling, flooring, roofing, even outside landscaping and fencing. Experience the Veritas difference with a free consultation. And get ready for the holidays. If Santa was based in our valley, he'd be upgrading his workshop with Veritas Building. VeritasBuilding.com.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. I'm talking this morning with community manager with Williams Homes, Clarence Clemens, and they're developing the Williams Ranch development. It's just up the road from iLead's founding school, SCVI, and I know a lot of their buyers are finding that really convenient to have your local public school just down the road at SCVI. So, Clarence, I'm looking here at your website, and it describes the development at Williams Ranch as a small town all its own. Talk to me about some of the beautiful and spacious outdoor features of the development, because during the commercial break, you and I were talking, y'all aren't just building houses and putting them in the same location. You're truly building a community. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yes, once you actually get to Williams Ranch, you'll actually have a sense of arrival, because as you come in, some of the amenities that we're going to have at Williams Ranch is we're going to have active wine vineyards throughout the community. We're going to have orchards. We're going to have private parks. We're going to have public
Clarence, can
parks.
I interrupt you really quickly?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a vineyard right here in Valencia, or just?
We're going to have a vineyard at Williams Ranch, and it's going to be an active working vineyard.
All right.
It's been planted, and we are all very, very excited about it.
Wow, that. All right, now you've got me. I'm coming up, but that's not all you've got. What else are y'all developing in the community there?
We're also going to have orchards. We're going to have paseos. We're going to have about 5 miles of paseos, which are hiking trails throughout the community. We're going to have private parks. We're going to have public parks. We're going to have an amphitheater. We're going to have a junior Olympic-sized pool, jacuzzi, and a wine bar.
Oh, gosh. So the community really is going to be a place for your families to gather and get together and spend time with their kids, their neighbors. It's going to be a fully encompassed community, isn't it?
It really is. And then also about 75% of our community will be gated. So we do have homes that will be behind gates, and we do have homes that will be outside the gates. All of them are very nice homes.
Okay, interesting. So you said about 70% of the community will be gated?
About 75%.
Okay. Wow, that's incredible. So now I'm listening. I'm definitely interested. Our listeners are interested. So what's the process? Do I just pop in and head up there, or should I call ahead? What should I do?
We're actually open 7 days a week. Our office hours are 10 to 6 every day except for Monday. Monday we open up at 1 o'clock, so 1 to 6. But all you have to do is come to our community, and we do have staff full of community managers, and we're there to greet you. And we can take you through each step of the way, step-by-step process. If you haven't been pre-approved, we can get you pre-approved. If you have a realtor, your realtor can bring you in on your first visit. I mean, we're there to assist you and help facilitate your sale.
Okay, that's interesting. So if I have a realtor, I can bring the realtor, or y'all can take care of me if I walk in without a realtor, right?
Correct. We do all the paperwork on our end, but we do pay a referral for realtors that have clients that want to bring their clients to the new home. All they have to do is bring them in to us on their first visit, and we register them, and at the close of escrow, they will get a referral fee.
Oh, fantastic. That's good to know. Can you mentioned loans and things like that. Prospective buyers can get a loan with you, or should I go to my bank before I stop by? Talk to me about financing.
We do have our own lender, Great Western Home Loans, and they're a fantastic lender. They work with us daily. So even if you do have your own lender, we'd still ask that you get pre-approved with Great Western. You can actually utilize any lender that you like. But if you do use the in-house lender, which is Great Western Home Loans, then the builder will give you an incentive for utilizing that lender.
Okay.
And that incentive can be towards closing costs, buying down your interest rate, design center options and credits. It would be your choice. Okay,
well, fantastic. Gosh, you guys are really accommodating. So how can people get a hold of you? Have you got a website? You've got a phone number that folks that you want to share with folks?
Yes, the website is Williams Ranch at williamshomes.com. Or they can go to williamsranch.com. Our office phone number is 661-344-9200. You can reach us either way, and we are open 7 days a week, 10 to 6, Tuesday through Sunday, and Monday from 1 to 6.
Fantastic. So it's williamshomes.com. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop that right here in our Facebook Live feed, because we are on Facebook Live this morning. I'll go ahead and pop that in there again. That's williamshomes.com. And you are, again, one more time, right off of Newhall Ranch Road there, just up the 5 freeway. It's technically in Castaic, but I love how you described it. Couldn't be closer to Valencia, and extremely Correct. Freeway convenience. You're right there at the intersection of the 126 and the 5 freeway. We really appreciate you calling in this morning, Clarence, and we wish you good luck. And my colleagues and I are going to stop by and see you real soon. I'm hoping that my listeners will stop by and see you as well, because I'm on the website again, Clarence, and your homes there in Williams Ranch are just absolutely gorgeous. Clarence Clemens, Community Manager at Williams Ranch Development with Williams Homes. They've got 15 beautiful homes for you to choose from in a gorgeous new community. Give them a call, set up an appointment to get yours, because I got to tell you, Clarence, I'm looking at the website again. They're not going to last. Clarence, sir, you have a great weekend, and hey, watch out for that hurricane.
You too, Matt. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure having you, Clarence. You take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, Williams Ranch Homes, right up there in Castaic. They've got some gorgeous homes to offer for you. And, we've got some great things going on this weekend here in town. Have you been to Concerts at the Park yet? It's been absolutely gorgeous out there. It hasn't been too hot. I went, I think the first week I went out to Concerts in the Park for Beatlemania. That one was a lot of fun, and they've had a lot of great acts out there since. And this weekend, guess who's going to be at Concerts in the Park? They've got Queen Nation. The city of Santa Clarita's Concerts in the Park has Queen Nation, a tribute to Queen. Head out to Concerts in the Park tomorrow, Saturday evening. That'll be a lot of fun. The JCs are asking you to save the date. On October 22nd, 2023, the JCI Veterans Resource Fair is going to be here in Newhall at Hart Park, so save that date, again, October 22nd. And we've got another, have you been to the Census block parties? Those are so much fun, right here in beautiful downtown Newhall. They block off the street in Main Street, and the popular Census Block Party is back, bringing live music, food trucks, themed activities, adult beverages for adult patrons on every third Thursday from March to October. And so that is coming up. Check out the Census Block Party. What else is going on? We've got Proof by David Auburn. Proof presented by Dig Deep Theater at the Main. The Main is the theater here, right down the block from KHTS on Main Street. It's a Pulitzer Prize-winning drama following the daughter of a recently deceased mathematical professor in his 50s, Catherine, who cared for her father through a lengthy mental illness. So great show, Proof by David Auburn. Check that out at the Main. Oh, hey, look at this. There's a chili cook-off coming up. That's right. Save the date. The 11th annual SCV Charity Chili Cook-Off is coming up, and that is October 7th from noon to 4. General admission is $40. VIPs are $75. This year's title host is the SCV Senior Center, which, by the way, great organization, the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center, right there at the center of town. Have you seen the new Senior Center? I say new. It's several years old now. It's absolutely gorgeous, serving the needs of. Gosh, I've been out to visit a couple of times, and the seniors are just having a blast out there. So yeah, check out the Senior Center if you are in those twilight years and looking to hang out with some folks and just have a good time, enjoy a great meal. At Bella Vita, the Senior Center, they've got some great things going on for you, and they are hosting the Chili Cook-Off this October 7th. So stick that on your calendar. So what else is going on? Oh, the Guardians want you to save the date as well. This one is actually this is going to be here this weekend. Actually, not this weekend. No, a couple weekends from now. I'm getting ahead of myself, Carlos. So save the date, the Guardians 2023 Patriot Day 9/11 event. They are hosting that event. It'll actually be on September 9th for the convenience of the weekend. But yeah, so save the date, September 9th, the Guardians 2023 Patriot Day 9/11 event. So you'll want to check that out. And we've also got Cheers for Charity. We've actually got a guest coming in here in just a couple of weeks that will be talking about this. But the Michael Hoffman Foundation for Children's Cancer, Cheers for Charity, is a new fundraising event by the Michael Hoffman Foundation. Are you familiar with the foundation? Michael Hoffman Foundation serves the needs of families who have a child that's battling cancer. We do a lot of cancer research, and that is wonderful, and we need to continue to do that. But Michael Hoffman, the Michael Hoffman Foundation, does a really great job of just kind of wrapping their arms around families that are battling childhood cancer, because oftentimes there's so many needs that a family has when they're dealing with this type of tragedy that we don't always think about. You've got mom, dad sleeping in a chair in a hospital room oftentimes while their child receives treatment, and the Michael Hoffman Foundation just makes sure that everybody's taken care of, both the child that's suffering as well as the family that's suffering right along with them. So they're having their event, Cheers for Charity, benefiting the Michael Hoffman Foundation, coming up very soon. What else have we got going on? We've got the 3rd annual Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station Golf Tournament. That's right. So we're saving that date as well. That is actually taking place on September 11th. The 3rd annual Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station Foundation Golf Tournament. They are putting on Patriot Day, September 11th, 2023, at Valencia Country Club. So if you're not a member, a great opportunity to get out and enjoy the absolute beauty that is the Valencia Country Club and support a good cause in the Sheriff's Station. We've also got the Met Gala Santa Clarita coming. So this one here is another save the date, but I don't see the date here. Actually, I should probably jump to the website. Here we go. So let's see. That would be on September 9th as well. The Met Gala SCV coming up on September 9th. The 2nd annual Met Gala raises funds for metastatic breast cancer research. The event was founded by 2 local SCV survivors and will feature a cocktail hour with appetizers followed by a program with dinner and live and silent auctions. Oh, gosh, love me a good dinner with a live and silent auction. Fantastic. You know, they've still got family nature walks going on out at Placerita Canyon Nature Center, blooms of the season, and monthly bird walks at Placerita Canyon. And let's see. So, yeah, the 1st and 2nd Saturdays of each month, weather permitting, from 8 to 9:30 a.m. out at Placerita Canyon. This program is designed for all levels of birders. Bring your binoculars, or you can borrow one from the nature center there. Bring some water, comfortable shoes, and then you can grab a field guide and get out there and enjoy the native flora as well as birds and other little critters out there at Placerita Canyon. Go ahead and check it out. So yeah, then we've got farm visits at Gilchrist Farm every Saturday and Sunday. Farm visits are available Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. year-round with extended hours during holidays and special events. Come meet the animals, tour the farm, have a pony ride, milk the goats. No, thank you. Not into milking goats. But if you are, then you can enjoy that and the rest of the farm. There's no reservation or facial coverings required. Just get out there and let your kids flop around the farm. Or, gosh, even if you don't have kids, you can flop around the farm there at Gilchrist. They're doing amazing things up there. So we've got lots of upcoming events here in the Valley, lots of stuff going on in and around town this weekend. Get out and enjoy the amazingness that is Awesome Town. I like to poke fun at that moniker. It's a little silly, but it really is. Santa Clarita is an amazing place to live and raise a family, and we've got a lot of great things going on around town this weekend, including, like I said, Queen Nation at Concerts in the Park. So yeah, head out to Central Park and enjoy that tribute to Queen at Central Park this weekend. All right, so that is it. Let's go ahead and throw it to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will be talking to the Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement at College of the Canyons, Justin Wallace. So he'll be joining us in just a few minutes. We'll be right back with Justin. I am Matt Watson. You're listening to SCVI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS. Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. I am Matt Watson, your host, and you're listening to SCVI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. And joining me now is the Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement at College of the Canyons, Justin Wallace. Justin is an exceptional strategic and passionate leader with a proven track record in cultivating long-lasting relationships with business executives and key community stakeholders. He's a strong communicator with the expertise to take complex ideas and present them with clarity and accuracy to people from diverse cultural and organizational backgrounds. He has an outstanding ability to design and implement programs that deliver meaningful outcomes to employers and students alike. He is experienced in creating contracts, managing business clients, implementing programs, and consulting with business partners while supporting strategic goals. And he is COC's newest dad. Justin, welcome to Eye on the Valley.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. What an intro. I was not expecting that.
Well, you're an amazing guy, and COC always sends us the most amazing guests to talk to. So first off, Justin, tell me a little bit about your title, Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement. That is such a cool title. So tell me what you do.
Thanks, I appreciate that. So within that scope, my job in the capacity at College of the Canyons is to work with our local business community here in Santa Clarita to make sure that they have access to training and educational resources that we offer throughout the college, whether that's through our workforce development programs and sponsoring them through employment training panel funding, or that's through our career and technical education programs, or supporting them through new apprenticeship initiatives and grant opportunities. So there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of funding coming down from the state and federal government to support workforce development, and that's been a huge focal point for us going forward, not only right now, but also into the future, to make sure that we bring these resources to support our businesses and get young people and job seekers into good, high-quality jobs.
I love that because, I've learned a lot about COC over the last couple of years as I talk to you and your colleagues. And the way I used to view COC, I think, is the way a lot of people do, is, you envision COC as a place with mostly young people, right? 18 to 20 years old, getting ready to transfer into a 4-year college. But not many people know about all the amazing training and retraining that y'all provide for business professionals, folks looking to change careers maybe, or folks looking to keep up in their current career. So it sounds like you have a large hand in that.
Absolutely, yeah. I think on any given year, we retrain anywhere from probably 900 to 1,200 individuals here locally within Santa Clarita and a little bit in the surrounding area as well, whether that's in Lean Six Sigma or Security Plus training or in leadership skills development. So there's a wide variety of topics that we have trainers and instructors that are well versed in, and we provide those opportunities to our local business community. But then to your point also, if someone is looking to change careers, maybe they have been in finance, they want to maybe go into a career in manufacturing, they have those opportunities because we have the programs that can support them. So again, there's a lot of programs coming down the pipe that we're really excited about. We want to make sure that the community is aware of. We're going to be doing a lot of marketing efforts, community events to make sure that the young people within the community, but also those folks who want a change in their lifestyle, have those opportunities to take advantage of. So it's a really exciting time right now in college.
Oh, absolutely. And COC is just an amazing resource for really everybody in town. So I want to talk to you this morning about the Advanced Technology Center. What is the Advanced Technology Center?
So the ATC, as we'll call it for short, there's another acronym for you. I know we love our acronym.
I love it. The ATC at COC.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said the ATC at COC. I love it.
Yep. So the ATC is basically going to be a third campus. So it's not located at our Canyon Country campus or the Valencia campus. This interim facility that we're going to have for the next probably 3 years is going to be located right off Centerpoint Parkway behind Sam's Club and the Walmart area, kind of by the Hart District office.
Right.
And within this facility, we have about 13,500 square feet, and we're going to focus on our manufacturing programs and then integrating robotics into that as well. Wow. And so what we're doing is we're trying to combine network technology, cybersecurity into your hands-on machinist or your CNC program and training. And this is just phase one of what we have planned. And so within this program, within these opportunities at the ATC, you're going to be able to problem solve, you're going to be able to critically think, work with your hands, and figure out how you can program a robot to pick up machine parts, put them into a CNC machine, and then you get to make something out of that. And so this is something that we're really passionate and excited about because they have a ton of aerospace and defense companies here and manufacturers that are looking for these folks who want to work with their hands, who can problem solve. And the great thing is you don't need a 4-year degree. If you take one of our programs, because we've developed so many great relationships locally, we can what we're planning to do is take the program, either a certificate or an AA degree, and at the end of our programs, we're going to line you up with an interview. Now, we can't guarantee a job, but that's going to be our competitive advantage going forward is how many programs within the state say, hey, you take our program, and I'm going to line you up with at least 6 to 8 interviews, and you can have a job within a year taking our program. And so it's really exciting because that has not been done before at the college, and that is something that we're really going to be pushing forward in the coming months and into the years. In addition to that, as we look to the future and building on a permanent facility, really focusing on mechatronics or industrial maintenance, so integrating your network technologies and how do electrical systems integrate with mechanical systems. So you need to be able to critically think and problem solve and find faults within the system, solve those problems. And that's a huge career right now as we continue to see more automation and robotics entering into that workforce. And so those robots are taking over the more monotonous jobs.
Yeah.
However, it's creating a lot more opportunities and higher paying jobs for these different careers that need these types of skill sets. And so we're really taking a very proactive approach in buying the equipment, making sure that we have the necessary and appropriate curriculum in place to train and educate these young people and these folks who want to get upskilled and retrained for these high demand, high skill wage jobs.
Justin, this is an absolute game changer for not only COC, but for our community. First of all, y'all have your founding campus on the west side of town. You've got the Canyon Country campus on the east side of town. And then right at the center of town, you've got the ATC, the Advanced Technology Center, where, gosh, like you said, you're training folks for these high-demand, high-paying jobs, but not just training them and graduating them. You're getting them the certificates and a job interview at the end of the program. That is amazing. So how many students are you going to be able to handle there at this temporary center?
It depends on the program, but I'd say right now we're going to look at cohorts of 15. That's kind of the sweet spot for us.
Okay.
Just because the amount of equipment that we're going to have in place and the ratio of an instructor to student.
Right.
But again, we can run multiple cohorts depending on what the demand looks like. So again, we're going to scale appropriately, make sure that we do our due diligence and do a little bit of continuous improvement on, okay, after each cohort, what went well, what didn't go well, what can we improve upon, and making sure that we continue to adjust the curriculum based on feedback from our employers. And so with that, we take a very proactive approach in including them in those discussions to make sure that they identify the key knowledge, skills, and abilities that someone needs to have once they graduate our program. So every year we go through about 150 of those KSAs, as we'll call them, to make sure that what we're teaching is actually hitting the mark, so we're not creating content within a box or a bubble without having input from the people who are going to hire our students, right?
Right.
Because if we do that, then we're really doing them a disservice.
Right. Wow. Gosh, and so you're building that system that is designed to continually improve, get better for your students, get better for the business community. That is amazing. And again, I know you touched on some of them. What programs are going to be offered there?
So right now we're focusing on a milling and tooling pathway. We're currently developing a CNC program pathway, and then robotics is on the horizon probably in the next a year or so, I would say. And we're going to start with there. And as we look to the future, industrial automation, supply chain automation, and then industrial maintenance as well. And so there's a lot of, we'll call them certificate programs within those that people can plug and play. What we're trying to do is basically build an a la carte menu saying, hey, if you want to come back and get your AA, that's great, that's fantastic, we will support you. If you want to come back for upskilling and retraining, we can use funding to support you in that endeavor as well. So basically we want to be that one-stop shop for cradle to grave. A young person graduating high school, come and get their degree, somebody who needs that upskilling and retraining, this is going to be the facility within Southern California that you send your employees, that you send your young people to come and train at. And we really are passionate about this, and we think this is going to put Santa Clarita on the map, not only in terms of a advanced technology center and being a hub, but also for giving folks opportunities and giving folks another chance or a new passion to go after in life. So it's an exciting time, man.
Yeah, definitely. Very exciting. So so how long is it going to take to complete a program?
It depends how quickly you want to. Right now, we're trying to schedule courses within 5-week chunks so you can complete within a year or less. Now, again, if you wanted to take, one course here, one course there, and take your time, you have the option to do that. So as quickly as a year, but it can take as long as you need to, based on if you have a job or if you have a family. So you still have options. You don't need to do it in one or two semesters. You have time. But again, if we can create programs that are fast-track style programs, we're going to do that as well. And if we get feedback from our local business community and say, hey, we need to ramp up in, X program, we can make the necessary adjustments to make sure that we are responding appropriately. So there's going to be a wide variety of opportunities to take advantage of.
That is very exciting, Justin. So the Advanced Technology Center through College of the Canyons is preparing folks for those high-demand jobs of the future. And as quickly as a year, folks can change careers, and I love that you're finishing the program with that job interview. So what types of jobs are people going to be able to apply for once they complete the program?
Depending on what program they take, but excuse me, for us, CNC machinist is going to be a big one, tool and die makers, operators, programmers, and then in the future, robotics technicians will be a big one, network tech, and then we will work on the mechatronics, so electrical mechanical technicians. That's going to be a big one. There are some large employers here locally that are very excited about this program, and they have very aggressive expansion plans across the United States. So the idea being that there's a partnership brewing between COC and this company to be the training and educational center of choice for the entire United States, where they would come here for their training education, then get shipped out to these other facilities across the United States. So this is a huge opportunity not only for the college, but for that company as well. So that has huge implications. But as we see more and more folks adopt technology, I think the electrical mechanical technician is going to continue to rise. In addition to that, industrial technicians and maintenance folks, that's going to be a huge career as well. And these are the types of jobs that if you like working with your hands, if you like problem solving, if you like going into work and not knowing, where the day is going to take you because each day is going to be different, these are the types of careers for you. And I think one thing we really want to focus on is, hey, these jobs and these careers, they don't necessarily require a 4-year degree. You can come and get a certificate or a 2-year degree and do just fine. And I think we're seeing a shift, and I think, Matt, you're very well aware of this too, that for a long time it was go to college, go get a 4-year degree, and you're going to be okay. Well, now we're seeing, okay, we're shifting away from the 4-year degree, and we want to know from an employer's perspective, okay, well, what skills do you have? What can you offer me? What can you do? And we're seeing that shift, and we're hearing a lot from our employers that this is what they're shifting towards, and this is what's most important to them and more valuable. So I think we're trying to help shepherd that message, and so what we're trying to do is help bring those employers into the classroom. So within the ATC as well, we'll be doing a lot of lunch and learns with our local businesses. We're going to bring them into the classroom as guest lecturers and speakers, and making sure that we do community events so that I can help facilitate those conversations and those relationships between students and employers. We have a lot of great companies here that not enough people know about, and they don't understand the full scope and reach of these organizations at a national level. And so if we can help bridge that gap and help build some brand awareness, that's another thing that we're going to try to integrate and have at the ATC, which is something we've done a little bit in the past, but we're going to try to take it to a whole new level. And we have a lot of support already from our business partners. They want to be involved. They want to talk to students because they're in desperate need of them.
Fantastic. Gosh, you guys are doing great things out there at COC. So how do folks get more information? How do they get enrolled in one of these programs at the ATC?
So we have a website that is almost done, but atc.canyons.edu. So you can go there for more information on some of the programs, upcoming events. Reach out to us for information. And then if you want to sign up for one of the programs, you go through the traditional COC website, which is canyons.edu, and apply to be a student. You can look under our manufacturing programs. There'll be more information there as well. And then if you have any questions, you can always give us a call, and somebody at the college can redirect you to either myself or one of our deans to make sure that you get the appropriate information. And if you're a business out there, we would love to engage with you and work with you and build something unique and special to support your endeavors as a company.
Fantastic. Again, the website is atc.canyons.edu. I'm taking a look at it now. Justin, looks fantastic if folks are interested in enrolling at the Advanced Technology Center here at in the center of town. Yet a third campus or location for College of the Canyons, where you're just really preparing folks for what the future holds for all of us. Justin Wallace, I thank you very much for joining us this morning, Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement at College of the Canyons. You have a wonderful weekend and enjoy that baby.
Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate your time. Have a great day.
You too. Take care, Justin. They're just always doing great things out there at College of the Canyons, and we love partnering with them. We're going to be talking to CEO of iLead California, Amanda Fischer, here in just a couple of minutes. They have just started their school year and preparing kids as they move toward College of the Canyons and some other amazing universities around the world, really. Just started school this week. It was kind of a fun start to the week. Our campus in Agua Dulce was just having a great time. I was out there at iLead Agua Dulce visiting the school on the first day of school, and kids were having a great time. Their teachers were doing wonderful things, and then, well, as things happen in the summertime here in Southern California, we had a little brush fire spark up that led to the evacuation of our campus, which got a little scary. In fact, it was just a small brush fire, a little smoke in the air, and quickly, as the winds picked up, it turned into a situation where our campus needed to be evacuated, and our staff and our kids had to move pretty quickly. But things went extremely well. I want to give a shout out to our staff who was able to get the kids across the street over to Vasquez Rocks. And you know what? The ice cream man pulled up. All-American ice cream truck pulled up and started handing out ice cream for our kids. So we want to say thank you to them and the folks at Vasquez Rocks that helped our kids stay safe before parents could come pick them up. We'll be talking with Amanda Fischer, CEO of iLead California, when we get back. I am Matt Watson. You're listening to SCDI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS. Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, your host, and you're listening to SCDI and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. We're coming to you live from the center of Main Street here in beautiful downtown Newhall. My next guest is CEO of iLead California, and she brings more than 2 decades of educational experience to iLead schools. As CEO, Amanda Fischer leads a team that includes 6 schools and over 6,000 students. Amanda has served as a teacher, assistant principal, director, principal, assistant superintendent, and she is now in her 6th year with iLead California, now in the lead role. Her family has lived in Santa Clarita for well over 100 years. In fact, she's a 3rd-generation Hart High graduate and parent of a soon-to-be 4th-generation Hart High graduate. Amanda, welcome back to Eye on the Valley.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I mentioned before the break, we've started the new school year. Started off with lots of fun, lots of hugs and big smiles as kids were coming back on campus. A little bit too warm at iLead Agua Dulce when we started.
Yes.
But other than the brush fire that we gave us a little scare here in Agua Dulce, how are things going with iLead this new school year?
Things are going great. It's so good to have the learners back on campus. I know the staff has really been preparing for them. They returned on August 1st, and that was all of our new staff got to come in, and they went through a full week of training and getting them onboarded. We provide a ton of support for our new staff, which is amazing. And then the rest of our staff came back the following week, and we did professional development at their sites. And professional development is just the fancy way of saying making sure they have everything they need for a successful school year. So some of our sites focused on their new English language arts curriculum and getting that in place. Others were math. Others were social emotional learning. And then we did a all-school kickoff event on Thursday, and that event included 2 pieces. We just have our brand new learner outcomes, which we'll talk a little bit about, and then also, in addition to rolling those out to all of our schools, the other thing is we did 11 logic training, and we were super excited. We had a great presenter come in, and he also did 11 logic training for the community. And so anytime any of you see out there, come, even if you're not part of our school, we love being able to provide opportunities for the community to come in and learn and help parents do better parenting. I know I need it. I've got 4 of them, and anything I can, get and learn and grow and be better, I appreciate. So that was a great training. And then Friday, I hope everyone will say it was an amazing event. We got to be down at the Disneyland Hotel, and we did a kickoff for all the school sites and all of the staff. And we started with just an introduction, and then we did a scavenger hunt in downtown Disney. It was super fun and competitive, but great team building. Yeah. It was really a lot of fun. And then we moved into, we had an amazing speaker. Our theme this year at iLead is Lead the Way.
There we go.
And part of being, charter is we want to be innovative and different. And so we're leading the way out there and making sure that we too are growing in our philosophies and in education, that we're not stagnant. And so we're focusing on that innovation this year moving forward. And then in addition to that, we had our first annual Heart of iLead, where we recognize some amazing staff members who really have lived into the core values of iLead. So we've had a great 2 weeks of kickoff with staff, and now we're in our first week with most of our schools having students there. And it's been so wonderful to have them on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. I think staff went back just really fired up after having all the training and then starting off with that team building and just everybody was really excited. You mentioned that the theme this year for iLead is Lead the Way. And for those that don't know, iLead is an acronym, but it's not just an acronym. It's kind of what we do, right? So you mentioned the learner outcomes. Can you share with our listeners what iLead stands for?
I can. So we went through a little bit of a redo. Like we know that we evolve. Education evolves. We as people evolve. And so our core and our foundation of who iLead is still there. Mm-hmm. We still absolutely believe in project-based learning. We absolutely, the center of who we are for the last 15 years has been social emotional learning. It's not a buzzword to us. It is who we are. And so social emotional learning and individualized learning, those are the cornerstones of iLead. But we really stopped and said, who do we want our learners to leave us as, and who do we want the people who work with iLead to be? And so iLead stands for I lead by being a lifelong learner, empathetic citizen, authentic individual, and design thinker. So that is who we are hoping and developing and guiding our learners and our staff members to grow into and be.
Fantastic. So you mentioned it's not changing the core of who we are, but we as a school organization have been around for 15 years, and it was time to kind of stop and take a look and recalibrate. And so it's not abandoning anything, but going deeper is the way I've seen it. Watch the learning support team really develop what this is going to look like in our schools, and it's very exciting. This is a very exciting time for iLead. So let's talk about, because you said that as a charter school, we are intended to be innovators and leaders. And so the idea is that we're different from traditional schools. That's the reason charters exist in the first place, is to bring something new or different to the community. I remember when our founding campus, SCVI, first opened up, people were asking, why do we need a charter school here in Santa Clarita? The schools are great. It's true. The schools around this valley are fantastic, and it's not about doing what they do better. It's providing something different for families in the Santa Clarita and Antelope Valleys and really all of Southern California. So what makes SCVI and iLead different and lead the way in education?
Yeah, and I love what you said. The schools in this area are fantastic, but just like you and I, Matt, are very different. We have to find the place that fits us. And so I think that is what makes schools and charter schools so unique, is that we provide a variety of opportunities for learners. So not only are they different, whether they're seat-based or whether they're part-time or whether they're full-time at home with you or online, they're also different. If you walk into SCVI, what you see is going to look different. It is busy. Kids are moving. It's fluid. They're in groups. They're in different types of seating. It's louder than a traditional school that you might walk into. And so it doesn't fit everybody. But for those kids that need a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more movement, and I think one of the things I'm most proud of with the iLead School is really the personalized learning. And so every student who comes to us, whether you're in kindergarten or 12th grade, you have an individualized learning plan. You sit with your facilitator, which is our name for teacher, and you sit with them and you have academic goals and you have social emotional goals. And they regularly check in with you to make sure that you're progressing and you're getting there. And that personalization is so important, because sometimes if you don't learn like everybody else learns, or you learn faster or you learn slower and you need something different, we're here for you. and we're going to make sure that each kid gets what they need. And so that's different too. And then again, we talked about project-based learning. We know that research shows that the more that kids can take interdisciplinary, math, language, arts, social studies, science, and combine it into a driving question on an authentic problem, that they remember it, that they learn it. And so that's how we're set up. Every 6 to 8 weeks, we have a new driving question. They're learning, all centered around one specific area. And then the kids showcase it. And I will say this, I'm really proud of this at iLead too, is that people come into our school and they will say even to our kindergartners, wow, these kids are so well spoken. Mm-hmm. Well, when every 6 to 8 weeks you have to stand up and present to adults, you get to be really well spoken. And I know for me, still a fear, right? Here I am, 40-something years old, and I'm still fearful of speaking in front of people. And these kids are amazing at it because it's just part of what they do.
Well, it's funny. It's that is the second biggest fear in humans is public speaking, and that's a developed fear. If you've ever met a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, they're not scared to talk to anybody. We kind of by default, we teach them that. We teach them that it's a scary thing, but not at iLead. They learn that this is normal, natural. This is part of being the leader that you're becoming. So you mentioned that we call our teachers something a little bit different. We call them facilitators, and it's funny. I met a skeptic a while back who said, Matt, you changed the name because at charter schools, you don't actually have real teachers. These people aren't credentialed, and that's not true. We have to follow the same credentialing requirements. And in fact, oftentimes we get held to a little bit higher standard sometimes. But so talk to us about why the change in nomenclature, because we don't have students, we have learners, we don't have teachers, we have facilitators. Why is it that we call them facilitators and learners?
So let's start with student learner. I think that's the easiest one. So the bottom line is we're all learning. And as we talked about with our learner outcomes, we want everyone to be a lifelong learner. So this isn't about just taking in knowledge and memorizing it. This is about really taking in knowledge and utilizing it and for the rest of your life and continuing to learn that love of learning, and so that they can continue to grow and develop forever. So that's student versus learner, is we're trying to develop people for the rest of their life into being learners. And then teacher and facilitator. Now, I have a teaching credential. I am super proud of being a teacher, and I worked really hard for that. And so this is not to undermine the idea of being a teacher, because we are all teachers. And as you said, we are credentialed and we have to be credentialed by the state. We're a public school. So all of those things still matter. But the difference is that we really want to drive home that you're not standing up there just being a content expert. I'm not just imparting my knowledge to you, but instead I'm helping facilitate your learning. I am an expert. I do know the content, but I'm going to help you to learn it. I'm going to help you to figure out and research and find resources and do what you need to do to take the skills and the knowledge base and utilize it for self. And that's what a facilitator does, is that they help you grow your own learning rather just than imparting their knowledge onto you.
Yeah, and that sort of became real for me about middle of the way through my first year at SCVI, when a kid came to me and asked me a question about a project we were doing that I didn't know the answer to. And as a teacher who's supposed to have the answers in the back of the book, that was a little bit nerve-wracking for me. But I had seen my colleagues kind of do something similar. And so I said, gosh, I don't know. Let's find out. And so the kid and I sat down and we did a little bit of research together. And the kid found out the answer to his own question. And something interesting happened. That answer became much more valuable for him because he built his own answer. And so then I thought, wow, that was a really good unintentional trick. Oh, but that's what facilitating looks like. And so then from then forward, oftentimes kids would come to me with more questions that I did know the answer to, but I would lead with that answer of, I don't know, let's find out. And kids were building and constructing their own understanding through doing, which is what project-based learning is. You've talked about that. So let's talk a little bit about your schools, because as you mentioned, every learner is different and has different needs, and that's kind of why you offer really 6-7 different formats, options, some of them geographically located, but you also mentioned you have a couple of virtual schools. Tell us about your schools. Can we go down the list?
We can. And I'm going to start with virtual first because I always go the other way. So
all right, cool.
Today I'm going to start with virtual. So we have iLead Online, a completely virtual program. This is for the learner and the parent out there that really want their student to learn at home or learn, in an office space, something like that, but they don't want to actually do the schooling. So the beautiful part of this is that you have a coach that will meet with you, will design your work, what it's going to look like. It all aligns to California state standards and all of the things we have to teach. And it's project-based still. So, and if you need help anytime throughout the entire day, there is someone available to help you. There's tutors online. There's facilitators online. There's tons of support through a virtual world. And they also have field trips and different things that you can go to, so there's still that social aspect involved. But that's iLead Online.
I want to pause you right there
Okay.
because as you mentioned iLead Online, a gentleman by the name of Ron popped into my head. Ron reached out to me back in the spring, going through an incredibly tough time. Try to make a long story short, his father passed away, and so he had to move his wife and kids back east to kind of take care of the estate. And suddenly, mom passed away. His wife passed away. And so, it breaks your heart for his kids. And so they just were through the ringer, got everything settled back east, moved back here, but with all the trauma and all the different things going on, one of his daughters had fallen way behind. And so he reached out because he needed a summer school or a Track C option, which iLead Online offered. They just wrapped up Track C, and his intention was to enroll his daughter. She's really, really bright. I'm going to enroll her. I want to get her caught back up before I can put her back so that she doesn't lose a year in LA Unified. So I thought, okay, no problem. Let's get you connected with Track C. Well, he just texted me the other day and said, Matt, thank you so much. Got my daughter caught back up, but this school is so amazing. I'm enrolling her full-time, and so I want more information on how to do that. And I'm moving my other daughter into iLead Online because the program was it was exactly what they needed. Very flexible, but also incredibly rigorous and dynamic to help his daughters move forward. So it was really exciting.
I feel like I need to do another shout out because I got an email last night from a parent from iLead Online as well.
All right.
And I think the coach, the teacher's Christine Hahn, I believe is the name. And the parent said, the child had disengaged from school, wasn't interested in going. They had psychiatrists, psychologists. They had all these people involved trying to get the child back engaged in school and couldn't. And someone said, have you ever thought about an online school? Well, we just came out of COVID. And some of you did not have a great experience with online.
Right.
But this is our we know how to do this really well.
And it's not distance learning.
It's not distance learning. It's not like a seat-based school trying to do distance learning.
Yeah.
This is what we do. And so iLead Online, the parent registered the child and got them in. And they now, because of this facilitator, they said they have completely changed who they are. Their hope was just to get this child to graduate from high school. This child just received a scholarship to go to college. And so, again, everybody needs something different.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that we were able to re-engage this learner and get them exactly what they needed to bring hope and to get them to be a productive citizen in our society. So iLead Online is a great option, and don't be afraid if you didn't love the COVID pandemic virtual learning. This is different.
Yeah.
Our next school is iLead Hybrid. iLead Hybrid is our biggest school. Our biggest school encompasses 3 programs. So the first one is Exploration. So if you hear iLead Exploration out there, that's our home study program. This is for parents who want to be really involved in their learning. It has educational funds attached to it, so you get to help choose the curriculum along with your teacher. And there's lots of options that you can do. In addition to that, we have our AV studio, which is kids come in 2 days a week in cohorts. You can come 4, but you must come 2. And then the last program is the AV exploration. Again, it's similar to the home study program. There's days of the week you can actually go into a resource center and start working on the project-based learning. It has more project-based learning in the AV exploration, although all of our programs have project-based learning and we're growing and developing.
So that's our 2 virtual schools. We've got iLead Hybrid and iLead Online. Those haven't started yet, have they? They start up next week. So folks can still enroll and start on the first day of school for iLead Exploration, iLead Hybrid, or iLead Online. We've got 4 other schools to talk about. We're going to take a quick break, though, and we'll talk about those when we come back. We're joined this morning by CEO of iLead California, Amanda Fischer. When we get back, we'll talk more about those schools and how you can enroll your child or maybe even join the team. So stick around. I'm Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVI and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS. Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVI and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and I'm joined this morning by Amanda Fischer, CEO of iLead California. So, Amanda, before the break, you were talking about our schools. You support 6 schools, and we talked to the 2 virtual schools that we have, iLead Online and iLead Hybrid, which encompasses our home study programs as well as a couple of studios. You've got another independent study school up in the Lancaster area. Talk to us about Empower Generations.
Sure. Empower Generations, their mission, I love this school, was really to help pregnant and parenting teens. So both moms and dads who had babies. And the beauty is that you can bring your babies onto campus with you, that there is care team there to support your baby. You can keep your baby with you, or there's people that can support. They built in community aspects where we have community partners that come in and can help these families as well as they can shop. And I say shop in quotes. I know you can't see me. But I say shop because you don't really shop, but it feels like a shop, and you can get any of the needs you need, from strollers and cribs and clothes. And we also have clothes for our high school students to do interviews or go to prom. And so it's really just a magical school. In addition, if you're not parenting, but you also want that small environment, independent, competency-based, and that's what you're looking for, you too can attend this charter school. And so anybody in high school, 9th through 12th grade, who's in the Antelope Valley, they have a resource center. So it can be offered virtually, but in addition, you can go in as much or as little as you want to their resource center and get support Monday through Friday. Yeah,
and once families meet the staff, oftentimes they will say, why wouldn't I come in as often as I can? Because their college and career counselor is absolutely amazing, and all of their facilitators are just so warm and kind and understanding. And it's interesting that you mentioned, because the staff and the learners at Empower Generations kind of distinguish. They refer to empowered learners and empowered babies, but then they also have kids that have various needs. I was up there on the first day of school, and there was a young man that came walking in, and Rosie was at the front desk, our office manager, and she said good morning to him. She says, "How are you?" And he almost skipped. It was funny to see a 16-year-old boy almost like skip into class. And he looked at Rosie as he kind of moved past her and said, "I'm doing great. I'm going to graduate." And it was first day of school. He was just so fired up. You could see, I have no idea what his story was, but you could tell that there was a story behind that, and that this symbolized kind of a new possibility for him. It was really nice.
This school is really a family. So being up there on the first day of school, they were doing like an escape room thing, and it was everybody involved, like all the students. There's about 100 kids, and they're all know each other. They're interacting with each other. Like you said, the staff is like, they're like moms and dads away from moms and dads, right? I mean, it's just a wonderful family feel. And so if you need that small structure, this is a great place to be.
Yeah. And then you also have 3 seat-based, they call them legally classroom-based, site-based schools, and that's kind of what most of us think of when we think of a school, a place where I'm dropping my kid off Monday through Friday. You've got 3 of those campuses. Which one would you like to start with?
Let's start north and move south.
Sounds good.
We'll start with iLead Lancaster. So iLead Lancaster is TK through 8th grade. It's right there in the center of Lancaster, and I will say this, it's really great, like you talked about with community-based. They've really involved in their community and do a lot.
Yeah.
In addition to that, social emotional is big. They have counselors and social workers, and they do home visits. They just really wrap around their kids when it comes to community. And then we'll move down the freeway.
Yeah.
So the closest ones to us in Santa Clarita, Agua Dulce. And I know I've said this before when I've been on the radio, but I went to Town and Country Farm School. So right over here in Placer Canyon.
I remember it, yeah.
And that's what iLead Agua Dulce reminds me of, Town and Country Farm School. So again, foundation, project-based learning, social-emotional learning, individualized instruction. It's now TK through high school. And we're building out our CTE pathways, which really wrap around what we're doing there. So it's got animals on campus, and they're doing farm to table there. And so we're developing an entrepreneur pathway. And just, again, it's small. There's about 360 kids and their family. And they do so much together. And Lisa, the director there, is always putting on amazing events to get people involved. And they also have an exploration program. It's really small, and it fills up quickly. So if that's filled up, you can go to our big exploration program. But if you live in Agua Dulce, there is a facilitator that can meet with you there if you want to do homeschooling through them.
And again, exploration is our independent study, home study program. You know, it's funny, I talk about Agua Dulce, and kind of the novelty is, you know, the animals on campus. They've got mini cows and chickens and pigs and things like that. And somebody asked me once, okay, cool, so my kid can play with a goat on campus. Yeah, that's fun, but talk to me about the rigor. Well, they definitely bring the rigor at iLead Agua Dulce. They were recently certified as an international baccalaureate school, so our high schoolers have access to that, the career program through IB. If you don't know anything about IB, it's an extremely rigorous and very highly regarded program around the world. So, in fact, I don't want to besmirch anybody, but I worked for a private school several years back that applied for the IB and didn't get certified. It's tough. You've got to be a rigorous school.
Yes. And like you said, I think even with the animals bring a sense of like nurturing and caring, and I love that for younger children, but it's also responsibility because they are really taking care of those animals. And talk about taking it to the next level, like they built a chicken coop. Like think about the math, the geometry, what's involved. So we have wonderful parents who come out and partner with us and help us to do these things. So there's a lot more than just animals floating around campus, right?
Sure.
So we'll come further down right here in Santa Clarita. We have SCVI, Santa Clarita Valley International, which is our founding school, moving into our 16th year, I believe. And they are up off of Hasley Canyon, and they're TK through 12 again, project-based, social emotional, individualized instruction. They also offer dual language immersion, and I love this because my own children are in the dual language immersion in one of the local districts, but what I love about SCVI is they partner with the California Department of Education.
Yeah.
And the teachers they've brought in to do their dual language immersion are actually from countries like Mexico and Spain and others in South America. And so not only are the kids at SCVI learning the language, they're learning the culture. They're learning so much from these wonderful facilitators who've joined our staff. So I love that program, and I am so excited about the continued growth of that. They also, as you spoke about, are an IB school, and so that the only IB school here locally, and so that's super exciting as well.
Yeah, definitely. So you've got these 6 amazing schools that offer all these different educational programs, but let's talk about attending, right? Because I can't help but think that there are folks listening that are intrigued, but they're wondering, and I get this all the time, I just led a gentleman on a tour. We spent an hour at our founding school, and he says, fantastic, but how much? What's the tuition? Talk to me about that.
Nothing. It's free. I think it's so hard. Like, as much as we try to get the word out there, like, we're a charter. That means we're a public school. We're free to you. Come. If this is interesting to you and it matches your kid, come join us. There's still something that makes, like you said, you gave a tour even, and they're like, wait, how much do I have to pay? Nothing. It's there's no gimmick. We're not trying to sell anything. It really, truly is free. Charter schools are here to innovate. We're here to do things different and try new things, and we can move faster than districts sometimes in that way because we just can. This isn't working. Okay, let's try this. This isn't working. Let's try this. Oh, this is working well. And so we're lucky that we live in a state that allows us to have charter schools. Yeah. And what that means is we're authorized through the local school district. So in the case of SCVI, we're authorized through the William S. Hart School District, which means that they make sure we're doing everything we need to do.
Boy, do they. Yeah, they do a great job working. They work with us, but to make sure that we're offering a quality program. Yeah.
Yes, and then we do it. And so we're free. And if you can get your child to our school, you can come. So we have the majority of our students have to be from Los Angeles County, but if you live in an adjacent county, you are also welcome. So if you live up in Bakersfield or out in Ventura and you work in the industrial center locally and you want your child to come closer to you, so in case of an emergency or just drop-offs and pickups, it makes it easier. You can attend our school. I know we have many students coming from the Fillmore area because their parents come down through Los Angeles to go to work, and so they can drop off right there at Santa Clarita Valley International.
And we have families that come up from the San Fernando Valley, families that do occasionally come down from the Lebec, Fraser Park area, and even families from the Antelope Valley. Even though we've got schools in the Antelope Valley, like you said, families that work out here and they do bring their kids. And same thing, we had a family just this week enroll at iLead Agua Dulce who mom lives in San Fernando Valley, but she works in Ventura County, and she was like, okay, your schools are kind of on my way to work, and so she toured a couple of our campuses, chose one, and enrolled her child. It was great. So, yeah, pretty much if you can hear our voice, you can attend our schools. And the great thing about our virtual schools, iLead Online and iLead Hybrid, there is no drop-off. So we have families as far south as Orange County and San Bernardino County that are attending the home study program or online.
And I think another piece of that, though, also is that we try to group you in what we call pods, so to speak.
Yep.
So that you do have opportunities to get together with kids in your area if you want. So, for example, like with the exploration program, kids that live in the Santa Clarita Valley, they're grouped in a pod. And so they'll have a park day or a library day, or they're going to the science center and different things. So you have opportunities to sign up to go to those things so that if you want that social interaction for your children, it's still available and it's local. And SCVI, although we have people that come from lots of different areas, most of our kids are local, which is wonderful because that way you can get together on the weekends and go to the birthday parties and the sporting events and all of those things as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we mentioned that your virtual schools, iLead Online and iLead Exploration, start school next week. So folks are still enrolling. Heard from someone yesterday that just enrolled. But your other schools, your classroom-based schools, they started this week on Tuesday. So they're now, in the fourth day of school. Are they still enrolling, or is it too late? Folks have to wait till second semester?
Come join us. Okay. We are always enrolling, just like any other public school. If you want to come, and we'll tour you. Like, come see us. Bring your child. We want you to see if it's a good fit. And see if this is a match. So, no, enroll. You can go to our website, which is iLeadSchools.org, and you can pick one of our schools that sounds like the best fit for you, and you go right to that school's homepage and hit Enroll Now. Don't be afraid. Click it, fill it out. We'll contact you. This does not mean it's the application. This is the, hey, I'm interested in you and I want to come tour your school. So click that Enroll Now, and then somebody from our team will contact you and give you more information. Like I said, come tour us, come see us, see if we're a good fit. And then if you're still interested, which I hope you are because we're pretty amazing, then you can fill out the application and do that process.
Yeah. Amanda, you and I have been talking recently about, we've got a nationwide teacher shortage. School districts, schools everywhere are struggling to fully staff their schools. I was super excited. Each one of our schools started the year with a full classroom staff, and so there's no worries there, which isn't always the case, but so excited that all of our schools had a facilitator in every classroom. But we still do have some openings. iLead's a great place to work, but for educators out there, what positions do we have open? Because I'm looking at the iLead Schools website. We do have the Enroll Now buttons for families, but we also have a careers button for folks looking to join our team.
We do, and we also post all of our jobs on Indeed, on EdJoin, as well as if you're interested in becoming part of our team, you can go to recruitment at iLeadSchools.org as well. But we do. I think the area that we're in the most need is our speech and language pathologists. So if you're a speech and language pathologist out there and you want to work full-time, part-time, you're retired and you want to come back and work a few hours, we have a place for you. So contact us. In addition, we need the speech and language pathologist assistant. So if you've ever dreamt you're a care team and instructional, or you've ever dreamt of going into this field, we can help support you to do that. And special ed teachers, which we call ed specs. If you are interested in being a special education teacher with us, those are the positions that we're still continuing to look for. But we're always looking for great people.
Always,
so
yeah.
If you're interested at all in us, please contact us and at least get on our list so when a position becomes available, we're eager to have you join us.
You're absolutely right. I remember years ago when I was director at SCVI, someone applied. We didn't need a math teacher, but I couldn't let this one get away. She was just amazing, and so I decided, you know what, we're just going to hire you now and find something for you to do until we need a math teacher. That was, 8-9 years ago, and I was happy to see her in our math classroom still at SCVI teaching our kids. So yeah, absolutely. Go to iLeadSchools.org and click on the careers button and send us your application, send us your resume. Amanda Fischer, CEO of iLead California Charter Schools, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. You have a good weekend.
Thanks. You too, Matt.
Take care, Amanda. All right, y'all stick around for Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame. This is SCVI and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am Matt Watson, and this is your hometown station, KHTS. Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVI and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and I am joined by engineer Andrew. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's enough with you. It's time for Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame. Y'all know Big T. Big T is an executive and philanthropist. He's an amazing father, husband, and community leader, and he's a man who gets jet lag from walking out to get the mail. Here he is, everybody. He's Mom's favorite. Welcome to the show, Big T.
Good morning, Matty. Hey, I noticed there's a portion of that intro that used to be on there that's no longer there.
No, you're no longer a longtime resident of Santa Clarita.
Okay, all right.
He gone.
That's where I'm at right now.
So there's a lot of people in Santa Clarita right now that don't live here, T.
Oh, thank you for that.
Including now you.
Yes.
All right, Big T, you got some trivia questions for us?
I got some trivia. Are we ready to roll, or you want to set it up?
I think I'm ready to roll. Andrew knows the rules. I know the rules. Those of you playing along at home, you don't have to follow the rules. So let's go ahead and do this.
Sure. Now, before I start, I always got something fun, but Matt, I know you talk a lot about, today's National Whatever Day or today's National This Day.
Love me a holiday.
Did you know, I don't even know if you mentioned it, but did you talk about next Monday?
I did not.
Yeah, next Monday starts Diarrhea Awareness Week. Runs through Friday.
Oh, okay.
Runs through Friday.
Come on now. Got to start off with the head.
Oh, boy.
Welcome back.
All righty.
Welcome back. All right, question number 1.
There we go. Let's bring it up a little.
The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is in what state?
Frogger.
I'm
going to go with Missouri.
Incorrect.
Ooh. South Dakota. No idea.
Incorrect. Smoky Mountains would be your key there.
Oh.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yep. Not that I...
Okay.
Yep. What cartoon character's girlfriend was named Petunia?
Frogger.
Ooh.
Porky Pig.
Frogger. Porky Pig is correct.
Yeah.
The rain in Spain stays mainly where?
Frogger.
Frogger.
On the plane.
In the plains.
Okay.
What street?
Yeah.
What? Andrew, are you there? Is that?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. What street runs from the stratosphere in the north to McCarran Airport in the south?
Oh.
I think I heard Frogger first,
Yeah.
but
So what street? It's the Vegas Strip.
we'll give you a strip. Las Vegas
Las
Boulevard.
Okay.
Okay. See, that didn't count, but
All right, we'll give Andrew that point.
yeah,
There we
thank
go.
you.
Just to handicap you,
All
Frogger.
right.
What NBA star was the first African American to be featured on Vogue magazine?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Magic Johnson.
Incorrect.
Andrew Jordan.
Incorrect. It's actually LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. What object on Sesame Street contains a swimming pool and an elephant named Fluffy?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Is that Oscar the Grouch's trash can?
That is correct.
Wow.
Trash can has a swimming pool.
Wow.
All right, it's more like a dumpster, man.
Right. What Mexican beer got its name to commemorate the dawning of the 20th century?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
There we go. 2 X's.
What river forms a 75-mile stretch of the Kansas border?
Andrew. Missouri.
Andrew. Missouri's correct. Nice pull.
Hey.
There you go.
What's the name of the rooster that's the mascot of Kellogg's Corn Flakes?
That has a name?
Frogger.
Frogger.
The Cockle-Doodle Dude.
Oh. If it's not, it
You got
should be.
anything, Andrew?
Nothing. I vote for that.
Cornelius.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
He looks like a
All right,
Cornelius.
got a Papa sports question,
All right.
and it's the year Papa was born.
Oh.
The first TV World Series in 1947 featured what two teams?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Score.
Jackie Robinson's first World Series. Who was the only character in Peter and the Wolf represented by a brass instrument?
Yeah.
Frogger.
What?
Frogger.
Peter?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
I said Peter.
Incorrect.
Let's go with the wolf.
There you go. That would be the second guess. What oil company has the slogan, "You can trust your car to the man that wears the star"?
Oh.
Andrew.
Is it Texaco?
Andrew. Texaco's it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
How many kids were in the Partridge Family?
Frogger.
Frogger.
All of them.
Yes.
I'm going to go 7.
No, incorrect.
I'm going to go 8.
5.
5.
Oh, okay.
Which branch of the U.S. Armed Forces used the slogan, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure"?
Frogger.
Frogger.
The U.S. Navy.
Navy's correct.
Yeah.
Who's Barbie's little sister?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Skipper.
Oh, okay.
How do you know that, Frogger?
I knew that right away.
I saw the movie.
Oh.
Oh, you saw the movie. Andrew, did you see the movie?
I did not. Unfortunately, I did not.
No, me neither.
You know?
Okay. What is an 8-sided shape called?
Frogger.
Frogger.
An octagon.
Octagon's correct. Staying with numbers, how many points does the Star of David have?
Frogger.
All of them.
Is it 6?
6 is correct.
All right.
Andrew's drawing it on the...
In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Love me a good fight.
What am I?
Frogger.
Andrew.
Frogger.
Insecure with your manhood.
No.
Oh.
Andrew.
Very cool.
Wow.
Chopped liver.
I love that
Sorry,
his
I had to
call
throw
was
that
no.
In basketball, what two things do the letters T-O refer to?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Timeout and turnover.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's tough to find a basketball arena that serves turnovers, but
You know?
yeah.
They're out there.
What is California's state animal?
Frogger.
Andrew. Ooh.
Frogger.
It's a bear. A black bear?
Incorrect.
Is it the quail?
Andrew?
Oh, that's the bird.
Incorrect. It's a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear.
We got time for one more, Big T.
Alrighty. What is measured in Mickeys?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Disneyland patrons.
Oh, that's my
Incorrect.
answer.
You got it, Andrew?
That was mine.
The speed of a computer mouse.
Is measured in Mickeys.
Really?
I want a job measuring the speed of a computer mouse. Yep. All right, Big T, like I said, we got to wrap it up. Go ahead and check the score. Oh, I dusted you, brother. All right. With Big T, thanks for swinging by. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We'd also like to thank our guests, Clarence Clemens, Community Manager with Williams Homes, Justin Wallace, Director of Business Partnerships and Workforce Engagement at COC, Amanda Fischer, CEO of iLead California Charter Schools, Producer Sarah, Engineer Carlos, Engineer Andrew, Big T, and thank you for listening. Remember, life is hard, but we're all here to help each other along. Be good and do well, and join us again next week and every Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVI and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.